Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Cover Project. This is the second episode. The first episode I did was for the Game Boy Advance, and I just wanted to do a quick update for that. There is a possible source of new cases for the Game Boy Advance that are showing up. And they look just like the DS cases that we've all been using in the past, except these will accept Game Boy Advance games, Game Boy Color games, and regular Game Boy games with no modifications. Now, I haven't seen any way to make a DS case hold a Game Boy or Game Boy Color game without looking like complete and utter shit. So this is awesome. He's got prototypes made. He's actually figuring out how many he wants to order based on what members over at the Cover Project want. I've already said that I would buy at least 50 of them. So we'll see what happens. I will post a link to the threads regarding that case down below, so you guys can go check it out. But, you know, anyhow, that's great news, but let's get on to what we're here to talk about, and that's Genesis cases. Now, you might be wondering, why would I want to print out covers for Genesis cases? Those are easy enough to find complete, aren't they? It's getting harder. It really is. It's getting harder to find them complete. Just looking around for Genesis games lately, it's just a lot of loose games for some reason. So it's like you may have to pick up a game loose, especially if it's more uncommon or rare, and print out a cover and then try to find the manual later. Or a game is just so bloody expensive, complete, that you may pick up just the cartridge and try to find the manual later and print out a cover. I mean, I've been doing that some, or it's a later release that only came out in the cardboard boxes, those crappy cardboard boxes, which I cannot stand. I'll print out covers for those and put them in clamshells. I want all my games in clamshells. So, or you have a game like The Immortal, which for some reason had a really strange case. It was very thin and very tall, so it didn't fit in with it. It stuck out of your collection like a sore thumb. You know, at least everything else is the same height for cases, so I printed out a cover that was a proper Genesis size cover and put it in a proper case, and it looks OEM. It looks like it. That's how they. I'm not sure why they sold them that way. It was an earlier EA game, but you know, the EA cases. That's one thing with Genesis cases. Are there a lot of variants? Now, the most common form of Genesis case is just your standard size Genesis case. This makes up probably about 90% of Genesis cases out there. As you can see, the standard EA case, we got Road Rash here, compared to the standard case, and they're wider. Usually that was to accommodate thicker manuals, like some of these games have pretty thick manuals. Road Rash, not so bad, but like I know PGA Tour Golf's manual is pretty thick. But yeah, there's a lot of different variants for these cases, which is why. So let's say you want to do this. You've got some Genesis loose games. You want to put them in cases, and you're not sure. You don't want to waste ink. What I like to do is, if I need to check, is I print it out on the black and white printer first. Now, as you can see, the Genesis sized, the Genesis covers will fit on an 8.5 by 11 sheet. The universal game cases, if that's what you're printing the covers for, they will not. You will need to use legal size paper for that. But the Genesis will fit just barely. So that being said, you have to change the resolution. which, let's see that, I should have had this pulled up before I started this video, huh? Luckily I've got it pinned. So, most of the covers on the cover project are going to be sized for universal game cases. Every now and again you will run across a Genesis cover that somebody has done a universal game case size and a Genesis size. All you need to do really is when you open it up in whatever editing program you're using, is make sure that the resolution is 3200 pixels by 2044 pixels. Okay? Make sure that's the resolution. You will have to make sure that constrained proportions is not checked. Otherwise, when you put in 3200, it's going to autofill the next one to keep the ratio exactly the same. So you're going to want to change that to 3200 by 2044 to get the Genesis size cover. But then you can print it out on a black and white printer, like I have on my LaserJet printer here, and you can check to see, okay, does this fit in this case? And if it does, great, print it out on your color printer, cut it out, put it in. But if it doesn't, then what you need to do is, say, get a ruler and measure the case's dimensions from one side to the other and then up and down, so you can get the proper resolution, and then print out another one of these in black and white to make sure it fits until you get it right, and then print out color. That way you're not wasting ink. You're not wasting, potentially, if you're using a high-end photo paper, you're not wasting that either. So now, I usually have been using, as I showed you in the Game Boy Advance, I've been using this, which is a Kodak glossy photo paper. This stuff's not too expensive, but I mean, obviously it's more expensive than getting, you know, your standard paper. But I mean, I've just been wondering if I could really tell a difference between that and maybe some matte photo paper, which is what I've started using, and this is the result. So, I mean, outside of the case, yeah, I can tell a difference between this and, say, Contra, which I printed out using a using the glossy photo paper. Now, Contra is an example of, I bought the cart for like $17. Great deal. And then I print out the cover and I have a case, but I don't have the manual, which, it's a bummer. Still looking for it. It's kind of expensive, but still it's going to save me a lot more money than buying it complete, because I'm seeing this thing go for 60, 70 bucks these days on eBay. So, but I'm going to get this cut out, put it in the case, and see how these compare. So let's go ahead and get this cut out. I will cut it out and then I will come back, because I don't think you want to see me cut out a bunch of crap on paper. So, alright, I'm back. I got that all cut out and it is now ready to go in the case. One thing I forgot to mention is if, say, you've got an area on the cover that's all white, so you can't tell where the cover ends and where just the white part of the paper begins. What you can do is, any program that you're editing in should be able to put a border around it. So you can put a black border around it so you can see where the edges are, so you're not cutting into the cover or cutting, you know, leaving excess, or, you know, cutting at an odd angle or something like that. But just a tip there in case you run into that. But yeah. So we got our empty covered, our empty case here. Just go ahead and put it in. And now Comic Zone is a game I don't have yet. Been looking for it, but it's an example of one of those games that only came in a box. So I don't care if I get the box or not, but, you know, at least I will have the clamshell when I'm able to find it. Well, it's not quite fitting. You might have to do just a little bit of trimming to get everything to fit right sometimes. As you can see, yes, I'm still using scissors because I haven't taken the time to find an appropriate paper cutter. Something better than this, which I showed you last time, which is a pile of crap. Don't get one of these, they aren't worth the $10. Leave these to people who are doing scrapbooking and such. These suck. I hate that thing. Oh, I keep it around. But let's try this again. Oh, there we go. Fits perfect. Then I just press down on the edges to form it to the case. Now, let's compare. I doubt you can see on camera here, but I really can't tell a huge difference. Looking up close, yes, I can go, yeah. Once you get it in behind this matte plastic, you really can't tell that much. And using that more expensive Kodak glossy photo paper and printing them out like this, it uses a lot more ink. So I mean, that's costing a lot more money, and you're able to print less covers. This way, I can use less ink, print more covers per cartridge. So I think I'm probably going to start using this because it's definitely not a big enough difference. I think that I might use the glossy stuff on maybe a game that I really care about. Yeah. So that's how you do the Genesis covers. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If you guys want any help with this, I'm glad to help. If you have any other ideas, yeah, feel free to leave them down below and you know, help your fellow gamers out. But yeah, I will leave links down below to the cover project and the Game Boy Advance cases, and also the same guy who's doing the Game Boy Advance cases is going to start trying to do cases for other games as well. And he's talking about doing Genesis cases. And I actually mailed him a Genesis case, a standard size with a hang tab, standard size cartridge holder, so that he can make a clone. Because it's hard to get Genesis cases, and if you can find them on eBay, you're usually gonna overpay for them. And if you buy them in a lot, usually when I buy a lot of those empty cases, I end up with, you know, half and half of them being good enough that I feel they can go on my shelf, and the other half just kind of being crap. So, you know, excuse me, it'd be nice to have somebody reproducing clones of these cases. And he's also talking about, with that, making them be able to hold specialty cartridges like Sonic & Knuckles, Virtual Racing, maybe the Game Genie, you know, stuff like that, 32X games. So I will leave links to all that down below in the description. Like I said, comment down below if you have any questions or any other information that you may have to add. So thanks for checking out the video, guys, and I will see you tomorrow with this month's pickups. Well, I guess it's last month's, considering it's now April. So yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thanks.